flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
We have a Mr. Clerk. Could you give a roll call, please, sir? Find it. Thank you, sir. Seeing nothing under bids, we're going to consent agenda where we're pulling item C2. Coming back to that at a later date.
Second.
Mr. Chair, let us make sure the record shows that Commissioner Carson Turner is present by phone this evening.
Sir.
Right, and just, I didn't get to talk with him about this beforehand. He can listen in, he can speak, but no voting can occur remotely, so he won't be casting any votes.
Can we let him vote and not speak?
Okay, so we're pulling C2. I got a motion to approve the remaining balance of the consent agenda by Commissioner Harris. Do we have a second?
Second.
We got a second by Ms. Byrd. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That's something we're going to come back to at a later date. Ms. Byrd, they're not going to talk about it tonight, so we're moving on to awards and appearances. Mrs. Zern, how are you? Thank you for being here tonight.
Mary Ann Zern. I'm with the Southwest Florida Workforce Development Board, also doing business as Career Source Southwest Florida. And what we've sent out for public notice and to this commission is our 2-year modification of the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act 4-year plan. The plan was approved a couple years ago by this board. The reason this board does the approval and the signature is the chair of the Hendry County Commission serves as the chair of the training consortium for the 5-county area. So that's why I'm coming here tonight is for that. So it was sent out to the commissioners of all 5 counties. And so at this point we're seeking signature for the 2-year modification of the 4-year plan.
Move to accept.
Second it.
Motion to accept by Commissioner Harris, second by Commissioner Swindle. Any further discussion?
Just a quick reiteration of what Ms. Zern said. My day job and what puts food on my table is providing training in Hendry County. And what Workforce Development does and the Career Source of Southwest Florida does is phenomenal for this county. Absolute tremendous asset, the growth that we've had, and it wouldn't be possible without them. So the WIOA funding piece is very crucial to what we do. So thank you all for their support.
Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Zern. We appreciate you very much. Mr. Chapman.
Sure, Honorable Chairperson and members of the board, presenting to you tonight is the 2017 annual report for Hendry County Board of County Commissioners. This is from a county perspective only, although we do highlight a couple of our partners throughout the document. I'm not going to go through this slide by slide. There's more than 50 some odd slides. It will be made available on the website as well as distributed through social media. We will be doing some of these items in a booklet format in print that we will send out to our key stakeholders and friends across the state so that they have a nice keepsake copy for their coffee table. But primary source of distribution for this is going to be electronic. We decided this year from the community relations standpoint that we would do a more robust report than the years past. You may remember the prior 2 or 3 years we did a very small Sports Center top 10 type pamphlet. What were those things that you absolutely needed to know about Hendry County over the last year? This is the 5th year since I've come on board with Hendry County, and we felt like it would be a good place for us to go back through our full service county and show you some highlights of the things that we do, big and medium and small, just to remind you all of some of the services that we provide and some of the measurements that we keep throughout the year. There's a variety of different topics through the table of comments you see, 31 plus pages. We'll get through that picture. We got $4.8 million worth of grants in 2017. This is a huge highlight, but something I like to remind the board is this number here of the current 17 open grants being monitored. We have a total of $44.5 million being monitored for various projects throughout the county currently to date. Some of the examples of those are Helms Road and the Flaghole Road projects that were, Flaghole was completed this past year. Helms Road, the second phase is under construction now. You remember the groundbreaking ceremony that we've had for the LaBelle Municipal Airport for the new terminal. That's fully funded by DOT. One of the items that we don't talk about very often because they do a very good job and they don't necessarily pop up to the board level is the Port LaBelle utility system. Just some interesting facts about them, and you can see by the graph they're experiencing exploding growth for us. I know that's only 59 new meters in 2017, but when you have 59 up from about an average of 5, 7 way back here, in 2013 and 14, it's significant, and showing a 393% increase in new water meters in 2017 is a huge jump, and we're looking at more coming online within the next year. So that's a good key indicator of growth. Those are new water meters. Those are not replacements. So these are new construction residential homes in the Port LaBelle area. Again, like I said, this is going to be made available to everyone. Just wanted to highlight one other thing about IT while we're flipping through the slides here is the successful implementation of Wi-Fi infrastructure at the 3 community centers. We have wireless internet available at the Harlem Civic Center. We have one at the Pioneer Community Center as well as the Felda Community Center. These have started to become locations for families to come and access the internet for their homework help, etc. We're looking at being able to boost those signals so that more people can be eligible to get on with the bandwidth so they have fast internet to do hopefully education and applying for jobs and vocational training, but we do realize they're going to be streaming media as well, and we've taken proper precautions to make sure that it's all healthy and wholesome in our community centers. Another little tidbit is the Planning and Zoning Department has amended 5,688.26 acres of the future land use map in the past year. EMS, those of you that remembered that we put a program in place this past year to train our own EMTs to become paramedics. We graduated our first class, and I believe we've graduated 5 that have gone from being an emergency medical technician to a full-blown paramedic with their licensure underneath this program, so growing our own. And then our social media presence. We live stream all of our meetings. We also have started doing some community outreach and PR campaigning through our social media. We have 2,550 citizens that now subscribe to our Facebook page, getting information as soon as we click the button to send out information in real time. Like I said, those are kind of the top 6. You can review through all of this at your own leisure. Everything from management and budget all the way to veteran services is included. Tourism is highlighted in here as well. Just a very, very solid comprehensive report, I believe, that was done by our Community Relations Department in conjunction with administration. So if you have any questions about the document, I'd be happy to take them at this time. The ladies that prepared it are in the audience tonight, should you have any questions about any details that I'm not able to field at the time.
Good. So we need a motion to...
Just a motion to accept the report, and we will be including this with your budget documentation as we get ready to set our priorities for the next fiscal year. And you should be looking probably sometime late May for that budget priorities workshop.
And I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Byrd for acceptance, second by Commissioner Swindle. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're going to be moving into the public hearings. I forgot to mention at the beginning, if anyone would like to address the board tonight. There's some cards up here. If you'd grab one and fill it out, please, and give it back to Ms. Butler. We'll be glad to get you taken care of here towards the end of it. We're going to move into the public hearings. Mr. Lapp?
Heard about this about a month ago, where you authorized us to proceed with the steps. This relates to the revocation of the ad valorem tax exemption for all juices, which has not proceeded with any of the activities that were contemplated by the ordinance. So we're proposing that it be revoked, and it's in your packet there, and this is a public hearing.
I move option 1.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Swindle, second by Commissioner Byrd. This being a meeting with the public, was there anyone in the public who would like to address this?
Chair, just as a point of clarification, this ad valorem tax exemption was granted under the prior iteration of the ad valorem tax exempt program, not the new one that you approved last year.
Seeing none, any more discussion on the board?
They're still not eligible even under the new one.
No, sir, they're not in compliance.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next one, is this Ms. Embledge?
Anything special you want to share with us?
Item.
Because if not, I move option 1 for transmittal.
Second that.
Motion by Commissioner Swindle for approval, second by Commissioner Harris. This is also a public hearing, so if anyone in the public would like to address this or
Margaret.
you want to just give them a little bit of a
That's how good
recap,
you
or
are.
you good, or
well,
I think we're good.
I read it.
I think for the folks that are watching over live streaming here, this is a comp plan amendment to amend the future land use map from agriculture to multi-use. The subject property is Long Hammock, and it's near our Everglades Airport. This property is readying itself for future development to complement the expansion of the Everglades Airport. This is a transmittal hearing, which means that we will submit this to the various state agencies for review. Their comments will come back to us. We'll address their comments if they have any, and then bring it before the board for an adoption hearing.
How long does that take? 6 months?
Sir, in the recent past, it's only taken around 45 days.
Time frame they have to respond by, don't they? It won't take 6 months.
No, but they've been really efficient with their reviews recently.
All right, any further discussion from anyone in the public? Seeing none, about the board?
Great project.
Favor
Glad to see
then?
it. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Under correspondence for action, under FYI, we have the engineering department updates. I believe did you guys take a look at those, or? So all the projects there. Is everybody good with the projects?
Yes, sir.
Moving into staff reports.
Yes, the extensions of the state of emergency, we had the 26th and the 27th since the last meeting.
You jumped right over Mr. Chapman. Mr. Lapp, you're excited tonight. You're ready to go.
Oh.
He just took right off, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm looking.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Recommend
All right.
option 1. Accept option 1.
Okay, we got a motion for acceptance of option 1 from Commissioner Harris, second by Commissioner Swindle. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Chapman?
I have nothing, sir.
I think Mr. Lapp knew that, too.
Yeah, you just kind of got in.
Hung and whiffed, just providing a little air conditioning, so.
Okay,
Commissioner Turner still there?
I am, sir.
Glad to hear from you. Sound good?
okay, do we have any members of the public who would like to speak at this time? None. Reports, other reports by business. Commissioner Swindle?
We are on official burn ban now?
Yes, sir, we are an official burn ban.
That's just clarifying. That's all from me.
Bird? Have nothing. Wow. Mr. Harris?
I'll take up for Carson. Anyway, of According to the state budget, which he's going to sign, 15 days, I think, to sign it. And what I think I heard was they cut all the Henry County stuff.
That is something that I have also heard, but I need to confirm before I make it an official report.
Because somebody up there got on the wrong side and went down cut, I think.
I need to review that, sir, before I make an official
Anyway,
report.
that's what they're saying. And on the Port LaBelle you was talking about, which Roger and them needed a boost, and they got 5 builders out there building houses daily. So Port LaBelle's going that way, which he needed.
Mr. Turner, you have anything?
Thank you all so much for allowing me to call in. I apologize from the deepest areas of my heart for not being there. I hate missing anything. But we're in the throes of completing Main Street Bridge, which is downtown Jacksonville, and it's a major project for this district with the Department of Transportation. So I'm having to do some diving to close out some items on the punch list. With all sincerity, I also ask that you all will pray for me. I don't have my grandma anymore, and she bathed me in prayer. And I'm being dead serious, no jokes at all. This has been the most stressful week of my professional career ever, from a standpoint of what we're doing out here in the field, because it's so cold, and I am a lot fatter than what I used to be, but I don't even have enough body fat to fight against. I think the water temperature is 53 degrees or something like that. I don't know, but after about 20 minutes, I'm just shivering to the nth degree. But we're 20% done with what we got to get done on my end, and hopefully, with any luck, I will be done either late Thursday evening or Friday mid-afternoon. It depends on what the tides are doing. So we're about to get it done, and I just ask for y'all to be thinking of us. We're closing out this project, and once again, I'm appreciative of you, Mr. Chair, and everybody for being receptive to me just calling in. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Commissioner, for taking the time. I just want to give a shout out to engineering. Getting a lot of compliments on your staff for the work they're doing in the areas around Felda and the Alphabet Roads where they went in and cleaned up the shoulders. They've done a really nice job there. They've opened up quite a few places. It was a drainage issue in the past, and I know quite a few of the board members were asking what in the world, but you guys are doing an amazing job in District 3. Don't worry about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but just keep doing what you're doing there. The people, we really appreciate it. They're going to be helping us out in the cemetery. We had some issues there. I know you helped us out by getting the stuff moved on Ridgeline. I believe you started cutting those out today. Half of them are gone, so we appreciate that very much. Those are things that's just a little less stress for Commissioner Turner as well. He's been getting a lot of heat on that cemetery, so thank you for taking care of that. We've got a lot of compliments coming in. We have our negative, but we got a lot of compliments coming in about the building issues, because there's a lot of building going on. I believe Michelle's working. So we need to make sure that she knows how much we appreciate that. She's got a stack of them on her desk. Tommy had a stack on his desk. I was in the other day, and they're getting them out. So it's a good problem to have. We have builders coming in and working. So
You think
I think Mr. Harris is volunteering to come down and give you a hand, is what it kind of sounded like. Can you get there about 7? I think that's when Michelle does.
too cold on Saturday?
But just like I said, thank you all very much for what you're doing. The people see it. There's a lot of changes going on around the recreation in LaBelle. You guys did an amazing job at Davis Pratt Park. A lot of the stuff we looked at the day we were out has been completed. So I appreciate it very much. I know that the taxpayers appreciate it. They're really pleased to see all of that. So just thank you very much, and that's really all I have as well.
And they did a job.
That's what I'm talking about. They've done an amazing job.
I mean, at low cost.
Kind of what I've been saying all along. It don't take a whole lot of money, just spend some.
Sure. If I could just ask the board to, if I could enlist the board's assistance with something. We are trying to spread the news far and wide about our open positions for lifeguards this summer through the Harlem Summer Camp. We need lifeguards desperately for the James Mason Pool. We began advertising about 2 weeks ago. We have a training that's set up the first weekend in April. There's flyers on social media. We'll be happy to get them to you. But lifeguards have been a bear in this region for the last 3 or 4 years, despite which jurisdiction you look at. Even Collier County has issues with it. So if you know anybody that's going to be home for the summer that is looking for a good, consistent job, please send them to our Human Resources office so we can get them connected with this opportunity.
Commissioner Turner.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I don't know if you got the word. They got 3 people, free volunteers through the state that wants to work in Pioneer this summer. I can give you the phone number later on if you need it.
Okay.
Okay. And they'll be happy to go to Pioneer.
And also would like to mention, I'm sorry I failed to remember earlier, but the Sugar Festival is this weekend in Clewiston. So lots of festivities, lots of things happening. So everyone, please check the event calendar and look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't taken the tour yet, I got to go the other day. It was really fascinating to see part of that. Lived in Henry County my entire life, and part of it I've never seen. So it was pretty fascinating what the operation really goes on there. So if you've never done it, I'd encourage you to do it. And I know we're all having the opportunity, so I would suggest, take the time. It's worth a good trip. Does anyone have anything else?
I did it when I was